Hello again, Struck Club. The 4-day Tokyo Game Show is currently ongoing and we've seen the first 2 days of announcements. And I've decided that there has been plenty of Square Enix announcements to warrant a new video for those. Keep in mind there's 2 more days left and there's going to be probably more Square Enix announcements. For example, I didn't find out any new footage, trailers, etc. for Final Fantasy 16, but there are a lot of things. First, I'm gonna just give you a quick reminder of some of the games that they're taking there. Forspoken, Valkyrie Elysium, Star Ocean 6, The Divine Force, Romancing SaGa Minstrel Song Remastered, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which is a remake of the prequel to Final Fantasy VII. Voice of Cards, The Beast of Burden, the DioField Chronicle, Nier Automata, The End of Yorha Edition, HARVESTELLA, Tactics Ogre Report, Octopath Traveler 2, Power Wash Simulator, Teardrop, Final Barline, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I have no idea what those are, but I could find out and make some videos about them later. Final Fantasy 7, 16, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, which recently got a new expansion. Then Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dia Heroes Bonds, Romancing SaGa Reuniverse, Final Fantasy 14 Online. Those are some of the games, but what this video will cover are Crisis Core, Star Ocean, Forspoken, Harvestella, DioField Chronicle, Octopath Traveler 2, Kagetsu Danshi Elements with Emotions, Triangle Strategy, Dragon Quest Treasures, various Daylife, Romancing SaGa Minstrel Song Remastered, and Legend of Mana, the anime, called the Teardrop Crystal, as well as I'll top it off with some Final Fantasy 16 info and footage. So buckle up, hope you enjoy this short summary of what we've seen so far from the TGS 2022 from Square Enix. Let's start off with the Final Fantasy game and end the video with the Final Fantasy game. So first off, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion launches on December 13th. And it will be playable on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC via Steam. And yes, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is the high-definition remaster version of the smash hit prequel to Final Fantasy VII, but it seems to be not just a remaster, it seems to maybe be more of a remake than a remaster. Although they're calling it officially remaster. In addition to all graphics being remastered in HD, fully voiced dialogue and new soundtrack arrangements make for a dynamic new feeling of a beloved classic. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion follows the story of Zack Fair, a young warrior admired by the boy destined to save the world. Trusted by men renowned as heroes of legend, and loved by the girl who holds the fate of the planet in her hands. The tale of Zack's dreams and honor, the legacy that connects him to Cloud, is revealed in full in this grand saga that has broken the limits of a high-definition remaster. Some key features to note. All graphics fully remastered in high definition, bringing the game to the latest console generation. Renewed 3D models, including characters and backgrounds, enriching the visual experience. Improved battle system, providing a vastly smoother gameplay experience. Fully voiced dialogue in both English and Japanese. A newly arranged soundtrack from the original composer Takeharu Ishimoto. And I've used footage from the official trailer. Keep in mind, in the description, you would see information for each game, including the anime, covered in this game, in this video. And yeah, I've included some links to trailers. Where English was possible, I've included English. So keep that in mind. And where I couldn't find new footage, I've obviously used old footage, and I didn't include links to those if you want to watch them. So I think enough of Crisis Core. I mean, I can't wait. December 13. Hope we can get to play some sort of a demo. Square Enix has been famous for bringing us demos recently for games. Sometimes they bring them only for PlayStation. Not a fan of that, but not much I can do about it. Next, I want to talk about Star Ocean, the Divine Force, which is Star Ocean 6. It is launching a demo on September 20th. There is a new TGS 2022 trailer, and it's saying that it will release the demo on September 20th across PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Unfortunately, again, us PC gamers would not have access to that demo. The game is launching on Steam as well on October 27th. The other platforms that I've just mentioned, PlayStation 5, 4, Xbox Series SX One, would also launch on October 27th worldwide. There is that new set of trailers, English, Japanese trailers, and there's another one again with English and Japanese, that the 3-minute version. So definitely a lot of footage we can see. There is message from the theme song artist Hyde as well, and there is a special video as well. So there's a lot of stuff. I couldn't include that many links. Again, YouTube has some limits of how long the description could be, so I wanted to at least try and fit in that. But if you go to the Square Enix YouTube channel, all of those have been uploaded there. Some information about it. By the way, there's a 10-minute of TGS 2022 gameplay as well, which you can watch again from one of the links in the description. I've included is that specific one, so keep that in mind as well. The game is super nice. It looks amazing. It looks beautiful. High, fast-paced combat. It looks like there's plenty of characters and that the story would be interesting to follow. Typical classical JRPG, the thing that Square Enix does very good nowadays. They're extremely well versed in the art of making modernized JRPGs with action combat, with fast-paced action combat, and this looks to be one such title. So yeah, not much left. Around a little more than a month until the game launches. So hopefully they reconsider and maybe release a demo on PC as well. Speaking of demos, another one is already out. September 15th saw the launch for the Valkyrie Elysium demo for PS5 and PS4. So again, PC is left out of the demo business, apparently. But yeah, Square Enix and developer Soleil released that demo and a little bit of information about the game. It's a demo version of Valkyrie Elysium, the latest in the Valkyrie series, which started with Valkyrie Profile, released in 1999. The demo version allows you to enjoy the first chapter of the game. Please note that this demo version contains a section of the game taken from the retail version. Save data from the demo version can be transferred to the retail version. However, please note that save data from the demo version cannot be transferred between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 hardware. And some specifications may be restricted in the demo version. As for the game content, this action RPG incorporates the series' characteristic Ein- Einjarher and combo systems, and allows players to enjoy the overwhelming exhilaration of high-speed movement and high-tempo action using the Soul Chain. The music by the series creator Motoi Sakuraba adds color to this title. And regarding the story, a long time ago, the world was on the verge of destruction due to the doomsday prophecy Ragnarok. Odin, the All-Father, created Valkyrie, the apostle of salvation, with what little power he had left, and entrusted her with the fate of the world. It launches on November 11th for PC Steam and on September 29th for PlayStation 5 and 4. So I'm already looking forward to it. Many of the people that are following my content probably are also looking forward to it themselves. If you're a PlayStation gamer, definitely try the demo before buying the game, because there isn't anything better than that, in my opinion, as opposed to just watching trailers. And we had some more footage of FORSPOKEN recently. The game is due out for January, specifically January 24th, 2023. So there's some time. There's several months until that. But they have given us a new trailer for TGS 2022. Apart from that, IGN also released their own game preview based on the press demo that they got to play, with tons of gameplay footage. And there's another a couple week older 10-minute demo that you could watch. But about the game, mysteriously transported from New York City, Frey Holland finds herself trapped in the breathtaking land of Atia. A magical sentient bracelet is inexplicably wrapped around her arm, and Frey discovers the ability to cast powerful spells and use magic to traverse the sprawling landscape of Atia. Frey nicknames her new golden companion Cuff and sets off to find a new way home. And apparently, you have um, magic that comes from that Cuff and magic that's innate to Frey. And you have those two types. And apparently, you have 100 skills. I'm not sure what the person from IGN who mentioned 100 skills is. 100 skills, whether he meant 100 different spells or whether that's 100 passive skills that modify a smaller number of spells. That remains to be seen. But some key features: the Odyssey of a Reluctant Hero, lead Frey on an unforgettable journey in her search for a way home after being mysteriously transported to a breathtaking, fantastical land. Unravel the mysteries of Atia as Frey travels through the calamitous break and discovers how to wield an immense power. A beautiful and cruel open world. Explore the sprawling realms of Atia, a striking land of remarkable vistas and otherworldly creatures brought to life through stunning graphics and cutting-edge technology. Venture deep into corrupted territories where a mysterious darkness defies everything it touches. Customizable arsenal of spells. Take on twisted monsters in magical combat with a wide range of powerful abilities, catering to a variety of playstyles, from fast-paced and exhilarating to strategic and methodical. And intuitive magic-enhanced parkour. Scale walls, vault across canyons, leap from the dizzying heights, and dash through the vast landscapes. Frey's unique abilities allow her to fully traverse the open world with ease. And something that was mentioned based on that demo from the press is that there is a combo system, and the more stylistic, the more advanced your combo is, the more score you get, and the bigger the improvements for wood and experiences. I'm not a fan of games that force me to adopt certain play styles instead of playing the way I like to, um, so that I can get the maximum amount of rewards. And I think there should be an option to toggle this on or off. If you don't want to have to do some massive mega giga ultra hyper combo, just so you can maximize your rewards, you should be able to switch that off and always get those rewards. There should be customizable toggles for this. I hate when the combo speedrunner kind of um, playstyle is forced on me. I know that's two different things, the combo one and the speedrunner, and sometimes it's comboing mobs in a game that can be speedrun like a Diablo style game, whereas in this one it's completely different. It's just how much more advanced your um, interweaving of one spell with another and using aerial combat and so on is. But yeah, hopefully they consider adding a toggle off for that feature, and people who want to always get the rewards regardless of how good their combo is could get them maximized. So it's releasing, as I mentioned, for PlayStation 5, PC, Steam, Epic Game Store, and Microsoft Store on January 24th, 2023. Moving on to something completely different from the rest of the games, Harvestella. There is a demo available for Switch now, and you can carry over your save data to the full game when it launches. And it's free, obviously. So yeah, it's available on the eShop. Now, a little bit about Harvestella. In a vibrant and colorful world, players will tend their crops, befriend the townsfolk, overcome threats, discover the origins of the world, and the truth behind the calamity along the way. The story begins when the player wakes up in the middle of quietus, a calamity that comes with each change of season and threatens all life. Regarding quick features, there's quietus, there's the world, there's daily life, comrades, combats. Let me tell you about the combat. During battle, you can switch instantly between a wide variety of jobs, like the fighter who unleashes quick sword techniques, the shadow walker who deals lethal blows with twin swords, or the mage who specializes in magic attacks to be victorious. Take on strong enemies by targeting their weak points and then eliminate them with a powerful double break attack. Um, Regarding comrades, you will encounter new friends such as Shrika, a missionary in search of a new fate, or Heine, a flirtatious and handsome mechanic, or Asil, a descendant of the Wind Readers, as well as Arya, a mysterious girl who says she has come from the future. By facing their problems and their different ways of life, you will gain a better understanding of your allies. There's all sorts of things to do in terms of daily life. Collecting stuff like vegetables, grains, fruits that you can grow. You can ship them for money. You can also use them as crafting materials. They can also be used for cooking, where recipes can have the effect of recovering HP or temporarily increasing your stats, which will be useful while on adventures, obviously. At home, players take care of their animals. The round bird cloth owl, the dignified goat Wuam, and their pet Totukaku, which may lead to nice rewards. So this game obviously has put a little more of a shift on the focus towards the daily life, towards the life skilling, as much as the combat compared to others where this is more on the side. And yeah, I think it's a fun little game that will be coming out for Switch and PC via Steam on November 4th worldwide. And there was that new trailer number 2 released on the TGS. So hope it's a fun game for many of you out there. Now, there hasn't been any new footage for the DioField Chronicle, which, as I told you in my upcoming games video for September, in one of them, it's coming on September 22nd, 2022. I'm not gonna talk much about that, just give you a basic summary of what it is. The era of myths gives way to an era of great turmoil. The word of man is mired in an age of war which rages for years on end. A band of elite mercenaries calling themselves Blue Fox arises amidst the flames and the chaos, their fates and valiant deeds to be sunk of in ages yet to come. But when all is said and done, will the name Blue Fox come to signify hope or darkest tragedy? There's plenty of characters, at least around I think 9 main characters. Not sure if all of them would be playable as parts of the team, but you will be able to make a team of heroes and take on enemies. The game features a real-time tactics battle. I'm not sure how this really works because it seems like it's a turn-based, but they're calling it real-time. So I'll have to play it to see for myself. It says a new highly strategic real-time battle system, the birth of a new SRPG crafted by a skilled and experienced development team. So yeah, there's also a realistic diorama style battle scene. Richly detailed depictions of the environment of the island of DioField combined with unique diorama styles, visuals as you command your forces like a general. Very deep and strategic real-time and tactical battles is what we can expect. And I really like the art style of the game, both the 2D and 3D things. So not much left until September 22nd. I guess we'll find out when the time comes more about the game. Next up, Octopath Traveler 2, the sequel to the highly acclaimed Octopath Traveler, which was very well received and which I so far have not played yet. I might find some time maybe to play it. It's coming on February 24, 2023. Worldwide, it's just received its date on the other day. So it's coming for PlayStation 5, for Switch and PC, Steam for PC, as far as we know. There is a ton of information released about the game. I'm just gonna sum up some of the major things to know about it. The story takes place in Sulistia, a land comprising of eastern and western continent divided by the sea. It is a bustling area wherein large vessels navigate busy sea routes and the power of steam gives birth to new technologies. And people thrill to glamorous stars of the stage and industry, while others are brought to tears by war, plague, and poverty. In this faraway realm, 8 travelers hailing from different regions venture forth for their own reasons. Step into their shoes and explore the land as you see fit, using their unique talents to aid you along your journey. And some key features begin your adventure as one of 8 new travelers, each with their own origins, motivations, and unique skills. The series' HD 2D graphics, a fusion of retro pixel art and 3D computer graphics, have reached even greater heights. The story takes place in Celestial when, as I said, I'm not gonna repeat that. But the world changes from day to night. I'm just gonna mention this. So explore every corner, so you can see some hidden secrets and stuff. Each traveler has a unique set of path actions they can use to battle townspeople, obtain items, take others along in their travels, and more. Familiar mechanics from the original game have been preserved, like the freedom to develop your traveler's jobs and skills, as well as the break and boost system that made battles so exhilarating. But new mechanics have also been added. Um, there is a ton of screenshots material so far released about the game, um, and they're saying advances in the HD 2D. The first installment's popular HD 2D graphics, a fusion of retro pixel and 3D CG, have been enhanced with greater detail, beauty, and unique camera work in this game. The characters' proportions have been improved and they can express their emotions more vividly than before with the use of additional gestures. There's some things that they've released like previously, how it used to be, and then the new, like before, after. And it definitely looks better now. I can confirm that. Yeah, there is new worlds and new tales. 8 travelers, 8 paths to tread. You have the warrior, you have the dancer, you have the merchant, the scholar, the thief, the cleric, the hunter, and the apothecary. So your adventure will differ, and most likely there will be some replayability depending on who you pick as your main. You can also swap between day and night at any time with the touch of a button, and you can freely experiment with the path actions. Overall, I think it will be amazing to play, and I wouldn't mind giving this game a try when it's out, unless I'm busy with other things that I find more important. So there would be multiple editions, one of them extremely expensive, while the other one typical AAA pricing. The basic one is $59.99 digital and physical, that's dollars, coming on February 24th, 2023. There's also gonna be another edition, which is the super expensive one, limited e-store limited collector's edition set, which is for Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PS5 exclusively, and it costs 179.99 USD, which would include standard edition of the game, the Traveler Bust set, bust figurines of 8 protagonists, the art album, which is a 44-page art book, and the extended battle tracks, which is a mini soundtrack CD. You can also pre-purchase the bonus of digital soundtrack standard edition, travel provisions. So pre-purchase bonus of digital standard edition travel provisions, a pack containing consumable items to help you along your journey, which is healing grape times 5, inspiration poem times 5, revitalizing gem times 2, and gold dust, which can be sold for 5,000 leaves in game. So the typical starting beginners items. Um, it could be sold at any later date, and these items can also be obtained by progressing through the game. And since it's a single player game, I've learned to accept this not so pay to win stuff. That's just a little boost for newbies who have pre-ordered and stuff like that. Next up is news about an announcement of a certain simulation game called Ketsugou Danshi Elements with Emotion, which will be for Switch, iOS, and Android. So a game you can play on the go. It will launch directly in 2023 in Japan. I'm not sure if it will launch worldwide eventually, but the players will guide those who possess the power of chemical elements known as Shikenkan. Shikenkan? To stop the world from being destroyed in 50 days through chemical bonding. The players take on the role of a mediator who will bring together the Shikenkan who possess the power of each element. By combining them, the player will create various chemical reactions and fight against the enemy force known as red matter. The base game will include 4 Shikenkan characters. Additional Shikenkan will be available as a paid downloadable content, so think of that as in-app purchases. So there's uh, so far announced characters for H, which I guess hydrogen, O, oxygen, C, I'm very bad at chemistry, so I'm just gonna say C, then BE, then N, then Li, then Fe. Is Li lithium? Fe should be iron, then F, then Cl, and then S. Those chemical characters in Latin would be the characters that so far have been announced. So there isn't that much known. There is that one trailer that they announced. So expect more news for that game soon. After all, it's launching in Japan in 2023, but they didn't say when, and not even a quarter. And we have got announcement trailers in English and in Japanese for Triangle Strategy, which is coming to PC on October 13th. It's strategy RPG currently available for Switch. So it's nice that it's coming on PC on October 13th. Some information about this game. It takes place on the continent of Norzelia, where players will determine the fate of 3 powerful kingdoms embroiled in conflict. Glenbrook, Esfrost, and Hyzante or Hyzanti. Set 30 years after the Southron War, players will guide protagonist Serenoa Wolford and his faithful companions, childhood friend Prince Rowan, fiancée Princess Frederica S. Frost, and the steward of House Wolford Benedict, as they attempt to navigate their way through this new conflict. Triangle Strategy offers a complex tactical battle system that utilizes a lush, interactive RPG environment. Players will have the ability to choose from 3 different philosophies: pragmatic utility, virtuous morality, or liberty, to help shape the story. You can select from 30 characters to create their own unique battle team. And you can utilize unique attributes, set movement per range offered by each character, as well as use special attacks and skills that consume a limited but rechargeable pool of tactical points per character. You also level up characters by using them in battle to increase their attributes and to unlock new special attacks and skills. You can upgrade individual attributes and character classes, making them more effective in combat. And they're not mentioning anything about itemization, so expect your old school typical basic JRPG itemization, nothing modern like Stranger of Paradise, obviously. Players who pre-purchase the digital standard or deluxe edition of Triangle Strategy before October 13th on PC will receive a pre-purchase discount of 10% off. Triangle Strategy Digital Deluxe Edition will also be available as part of a bundle with various Daylife on PC via the Steam store. More about various Daylife in a moment. Players who purchase this bundle on PC Steam will receive a 10% discount on the Triangle Strategy Digital Deluxe Edition included in the bundle, and afterward a 29% discount on the entire bundle, which includes a various day life digital art book when it launches on PC on October 13th, 2022. Now, I will talk about various day life later. First, Dragon Quest Treasures announcing with a new trailer on TGS 2022. The game trailer for Dragon Quest Treasures is nice. I definitely enjoyed seeing it, even though it's short and doesn't show up that much. It's still 2 minutes at least. Here's an overview of the game. Eric and his sister Mia live on a Viking longship, dreaming of the day they can explore the world in search of grand treasures. One night they encounter a pair of otherworldly creatures, Porcus and Persuam, and are whisked away to a mysterious place known as Draconia, a legendary land full of treasure just waiting to be discovered. The adventurers, Eric and Mia, have always been dreaming for one such adventure, and they have always dreamed of that, and it's finally underway. With the vast world of Draconia to explore and tons of tantalizing treasures to find, Eric, Mia, and their cute companions will need some help. The team soon befriends recruits and veritable. I'll start over. The team soon befriends and recruits a veritable variety of well-mannered monsters. By making use of these monsters' magical visions of hidden treasure and their unique treasure hunting abilities, our heroes will race over open fields, scale cliffs, and um, glide over gaping chasms to locate food in even the most fiendishly inaccessible spots. Venture into a vast, varied world where twins twins, twists, turns, and mysteries lie hidden on your path to discovering the legendary treasure of Draconia. The game will be out for Switch on December 9th worldwide, and there is no mention of other platforms so far. And now, as promised, some information about various Daylife, which now will be available for Switch, PC, and coming to PS4 on September 16th. The game was first released for the Apple Arcade in September 2019, so keep that in mind. And the Steam version and the Switch and I think the PlayStation version as well will be €28.99. I can already get the game if I want to on Steam for €28.99 in my region, so the same but in dollars for the US. This launched on September 13th. PlayStation 4 gets it on September 16th, so yesterday. And a little bit about the game. All new adventure X Daylife RPG from Square Enix, created by the development team that worked on Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default. In the year 2011, not 20, 211 of the Imperial era, a new continent was discovered, exploring its every vast corner as a settler of Antuesia, while living your life to the fullest in the city of Arabia. So a game that mixes up a lot of the life skilling, similar to Harvestella, I guess, but also has that JRPG battle system, and they're calling the battle system innovative battle system, the three chas, CHA. Introducing a twist to the traditional job and ability turn-based battle with a unique system that relies heavily on working together with your allies. Change your forces conditions, build up a chain of attacks, and seize your chance at inflicting heavy damage. That's the three chas. Change, chain, chance. Obviously, there will be dungeons with skill that you would have to overcome with skilled management. Choose what limited rations, items, and camping gear you can pick and pack in your bags as you leave the safety of the city to confront the unknown. You battle monsters, bad weather, and food spoilage out of the various frontiers of Antuesia. When the going gets tough, you will press onward or retreat to explore another day. The game features 20 job classes and more than 100 types of work for those jobs to perform. Since you'll be able to increase your strength through physical labor or improve your magic with more mentally taxing tasks, you can shape your character how you see fit depending on your choice of work. So as I mentioned earlier, this game will come in a bundle with Triangle Strategy. And it's already available as a standalone title. So yeah, it's not something I would personally play myself on my channel unless I get it for free. But I'm pretty sure some of you out there might be interested in it if you didn't know about it already. Now, there are two new trailers for Romancing SaGa Minstrel Song Remastered. There's a characters trailer and a game overview. They're both on Japanese. So far, I couldn't find English versions for them. And they're interesting. You might want to watch them. The original Romancing SaGa Minstrel song included many of the SaGa series' trademark elements, such as the glimmer and combo mechanics, and was considered to be the epitome of the series when it first released. The free scenario system that lets you create your own storyline remains at the core of the game, letting you select one of 8 protagonists with completely different origins and backstories, then set off on a unique journey. This remastered edition has evolved in all areas, featuring upgraded HD graphics and numerous enhancements to improve playability. This means this makes it highly recommended for both fans of the original and newcomers to the SaGa series. I'm not gonna read much about the story, but the gods created men and men created stories. The primordial creator Marda brought forth the land of Mardias. In ages past, a mighty battle rocked this land when Ewor, or Ewore, the king of the gods, fought three malicious deities, Death, Saruin, and Shirach, or Shirak. After a long and drawn-out struggle, Death and Shirach were sealed away and rendered powerless, with the final deity Saruin also trapped through the power of the Fate Stone and the noble sacrifice of the hero Mirza. Now 1,000 years have passed since that titanic battle. The Fate Stones lie scattered across the world and the gods of evil are resurgent once more. 8 heroes set off their own journey as if guided by the hand of fate. So, other new features would include the sorceress Audora can now be recruited, and she once traveled together with the legendary hero Mirza, and she appears in her original form. So you can experience new events where she recounts the journey of Mirza firsthand. There's also unique and interesting characters now made playable. Fan favorite Shele finally joins your adventures, and characters such as Marina, Monica, and Flammer can now also be recruited. There are enhanced bosses. Several bosses now appear as super powerful enhanced versions. Take on those terrifying adversaries to a new arrangement of the battle music score. There's also improved playability. Various new features have been added to make your play experience even more convenient, such as a high-speed mode, minimaps, and a new Game Plus mode option that lets you carry over your progress when you play through the game again. And even more, new classes to expand the breadth of gameplay. The game comes for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC via Steam, as well as iOS and Android on December 1st. And I mentioned at the beginning that there will be an anime announcement. Yes, Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal, has released a second preview trailer. The TV anime is going to begin airing on October 7th. So Square Enix and Warner Bros. Japan are working together to bring this to us. Some information. Additionally, the companies announced that it will host the Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal pre-launch special program on September 23rd at 8 p.m. Japan Standard Time, which you will be able to watch on YouTube and Abema. Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal will begin airing in October 7th, as I said. I would include a link where you can read more about the anime itself, because some of you don't want maybe some spoilers. That's why I'm not gonna give you that much information about it. And now, to top it off, as I promised, a Final Fantasy game related info. Final Fantasy 16. We still haven't seen any new footage or a specific new trailer from TGS since the event started, that is. But I'll read some more information about the game. Valistia, a land blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals. The land of Valistia is studded with Mother Crystals, glittering mountains of crystal that tower over the realms around them, blessing them with ether. For generations, people have walked to these beacons to take advantage of their blessing, using the ether to conjure magics that let them live lives of comfort and plenty. The great powers have grown up around each Mother Crystal, and an uneasy peace has long reigned between them. Yet now the peace falters as the spread of the blight threatens to destroy their dominions. Acons and their dominance. The Acons are the most powerful and deadly creatures in Valistia. Each resides within a dominant, which is a single man or woman who is blessed with the ability to call upon their dread power. In some nations, these dominants are treated as royalty in admiration of this strength. In others, they are bound in fear of it and forced to serve as weapons of war. Those who are born as dominants cannot escape their fate, however cruel it may be. There are three realms of Valistia that the game's website is telling us about: the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, the Holy Empire of Sanbrek, and the Kingdom of Wawet. There are some redacted things. Oh, actually, it's not three, it's six. It's six. There's also the Dalmatian Republic, the Iron Kingdom, and the Crystalline Dominion. So those six are the realms that we know of from the website. I could read a little bit information about them, but I'd rather keep it shorter and just tell you a little bit about some of the characters in the game. Most likely there will be one dominant for each of those realms, most likely. But the main character, I assume, or at least one of the characters, the one that's listed first, is Clive Rosefield, the firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria. Though all expected him to inherit the Phoenix's flames and awaken as its dominant, destiny instead chose his younger brother Joshua to bear this burden. In search of a role of his own, Clive dedicated himself to mastering the blade. His practice pays off when, at just 15 years of age, he wins the ducal tournament and is dubbed the first Shield of Rosaria, tasked to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield a part of his fire. Alas, Clive's promising career is to end in tragedy at the hands of a mysterious dark Akon, Ifrit, setting him on a dangerous road to revenge. Now about Joshua, his younger brother. The second son of the Archduke of Rosaria and Clive's younger brother by 5 years, Joshua awoke as the dominant of the Phoenix soon after his birth. Despite his noble upbringing, Joshua treats all his father's subjects with warmth and affection, none more so than Clive, whom he deeply admires. Joshua often laments that it was he, the frail and bookish younger son, who was granted command of the Firebird's flames and not his stronger, braver brother. While Clive will gladly throw himself into any danger, Joshua quails at the sight of a carrot on his dinner plate. But carrots become the least of his concern when he too is swept up into the tragic events that change Clive's life forever. There's also Jill Warwick. Born in the fallen northern territories, Jill was taken from her homeland at a tender age to become a ward of Rosaria, securing peace between the two warring nations. The Archduke insisted that she be raised alongside his sons, and now at 12 years of age she is as much a part of the Rosefield household as Clive and Joshua. Ever kind, gracious, and unassuming, Jill has become a trusted confidant to the brothers. There's also Hugo Kupka. Permanent economic advisor Hugo Kupka's meteoric rise to prominence was sudden, if not unexpected. Once a nameless foot soldier in the Republican army, his awakening as dominant of the Akon Titan thrust him to the forefront of Dalmatian politics. It was here he used his newfound position as the most powerful man in the Republic to exert influence over both the nation's armies and its policy making, amassing a personal fortune in the process. Yet while it is said that a man who has everything wants for nothing, Benedicta Harman will teach him money and power are far from all the world has to offer. There's also Benedicta Harman that we've just mentioned. Having emerged from the storm of youth, cold-hearted and ruthless, Benedicta Harman, dominant of the Akon Garuda, warden of the wind, turned her talent for swordplay and subterfuge into a command of Wawit's elite intelligencers. It is on a mission to find the elusive second Akon of Fire that she crosses paths with a like-minded Clive and is forced to face her past. So those characters most likely would be what makes up the team. Clive, Joshua, Jill, Hugo, and Benedicta. Most likely there will be more that might join the team, who knows? But I'm pretty sure that Hugo and Benedicta will definitely join Clive. Whether Joshua will, most likely yes. Whether Jill will be a playable combat character or just an NPC that assists us, it's hard to tell from the way it's written. But who knows? Most likely, yes. I have loved so far the trailer footage we've seen. I hope that they share some new trailer footage before TGS ends. But yeah, and hopefully they soon announce a proper release date, a fixed, at least to some extent, fixed release date. Hopefully, would be announced for Final Fantasy 16. I'm considering getting and playing on my stream Final Fantasy 15, even though it's not a new game. I honestly never played it, so I might as well. But maybe when I get a new GPU, then, because with my current one, I don't see myself playing it reasonably on good graphics. And that's pretty much the games I wanted to cover. There are more things, such as, for example, War of the Visions, a mobile game. There's all sorts of other games I mentioned at the beginning. There's all sorts of announcements. But again, I would need hours to talk about everything in detail if I wanted to go after everything that happened in those 2 days of TGS, and actually 2.5 maybe, because this day I was already saw a lot of things being announced and happening. To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, Struck Web. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye.